Straight up, how the A's taught in the phone don't stop. Watch the drum just pop. And the
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What's up?
We we back. We back for our Monday night recap. As y'all can see, Casper has arrived. He's back in the building. You know, he here. So first thing we gonna do is let you touch on your Texans. You know, with Pittsburgh giving them that spanking. We want to hear what excuses you got. And I'm gonna let you know what I said last night in case you ain't seen my video. But go ahead, give us the rundown. What really happened, dog?
First half, we was clicking on all cylinders. I love how we looked the first half, um, defensively and offensively. In the second half, they um they ran the ball straight down our throat, and we couldn't stop the run. And that's for the third week actually, but really the last 2 weeks in the second half, the Ravens and the Steelers pounded down our throats. And I can't even blame with the possible addition of Earl Thomas, that's really not going to fix nothing because our secondary really ain't been that terrible. Our secondary, we ain't gave up no 300-yard games yet. They ain't just like teams ain't just throwing all up down the field on us like they doing the Cowboys, but they run it down our throats. You know what I'm saying? Teams are running straight at us. We getting pass rush for sacking quarterbacks, but we're not stopping the run. So um, that's a major concern. And now that we got the gauntlet pretty much over with, um, we can get some rhythm and hopefully get some W's in the next 3 weeks and get back to 500, and we'll see from there. We got some winnable games, and we'll go from there. I think we'll be all right. We just that and my right side of the line, my right guard Fulton is getting killed. Howard's still making rookie mistakes. So that right side got to be sold up, or it's gonna be a long season for us.
Duran, do you wanna respond since he called y'all since he called y'all out like that?
I don't got nothing to say. Man. Haters gonna hate.
Okay. Well, what I said last night, you know, is that it's time to sell it off, man. It's time for wholesale change. Yeah. You
Man, you
hold
know this is
on.
the third time we started 0-2 and 0-3 and still made the playoffs, right?
Okay,
They ain't
hold on.
counting for us.
I understand that, but this ain't 5-7 years ago. When you had a much more talented team, you had Nuke still on your squad, and your division was piss poor back then. Your division's much tougher, and you don't have the luxury now of starting out 0-3 and still being able to win your division in order for you to get into the playoffs. Like, bro, you say that the secondary ain't that bad and people ain't throwing all over the field on you. That's really because they ain't really have to, number one, because they can run the ball down your throat. Like they said, they only got to throw when they really want to. And when they want to, they are able to complete passes and score touchdowns. So that still means that your secondary is trash. Your defensive line outside of J.J. Watt is trash. Your linebackers trash. Your offensive line trash. You gave up 5 sacks to a mobile quarterback. I mean, he avoiding some of them sacks. If that was Tom Brady, he would have got sacked 12 times yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's time for wholesale changes, man. Wholesale. You keep your left tackle, you keep your quarterback, you sell everything and everybody else. You get rid of your GM, your head coach, your defensive
Yep.
coordinator, your linebackers coach. Everybody got to go. You got to clean house, man. I feel bad for I feel bad for every Texans fan but you. You the only one. I'm happy that you a Texans fan. So that you can avoid us every Sunday night after your team they got their head kicked.
You
For the
know you ain't
fans,
doing this.
I want this. I want all my all the subscribers who's listening tonight. Remember this moment.
Yeah.
Remember this moment, because I guarantee you, come December, I'm gonna be the one laughing. We already know the 49ers, after all these injuries, they ain't making no playoffs.
I
And,
know.
the Dallas Cowboys, accident waiting to happen. You already know what's going to happen in December every year with them. So, us Texans fans, we used to this. We've started off 0-2 and 0-3 a couple times in the last 5 years, still made the playoffs. There's an extra playoff spot this year.
It
We
ain't
added
going
an
to.
extra playoff spot. So, like I said, my schedule gets a lot easier now. We ain't playing the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Steelers. So, we gonna laugh. We gonna laugh. My secondary ain't boo boo, so I'm not even gonna speak. We just had that one injury on the left side, and guess what? He comes back this year. I mean, this week with Conley. Conley come back, so now I got 2 shutdown corners finally, and we might have the addition of Earl Thomas next to Justin Reed.
Just said that Earl Thomas ain't gonna change nothing. So why are you
No,
talking about
he ain't
it?
gonna change for us stopping the leak in the run game. That's our issue right now. And I don't know what you're talking about for us pass rush. We've been getting pass rush. I think we're in the top 3 or 4 in sacks this year. JJ got 2, and my boy Charles Aminu got 2. Um, Jacob Martin got 2 or something, like 1 or 2. I mean, we got some sacks this year, so I ain't worried about that. So that lets me know you ain't watching the game, because even Ben had to get rid of that ball quick yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Ben had to get some, be the old Ben and break some tackles and all that to get rid of that ball. It's just the problem is they hand that ball off and these boys gashing us for 7-8 yards. You know, like Connor did. I told y'all, I told the run, start Connor, because what I tell you, we can't stop the run. He got 42 points in fantasy. But anyway, we'll see. Keep laughing. We'll see in late December. Holla at me after Christmas. We're going to see who laughing deep.
Okay. Well, you already told me my season over, so
Yeah, your season over. I'm
yeah.
talking to Deron, Well, I'm used to your season already being over. You had a little bright spot last year, going deep. But before then, y'all first round draft pick, top 15 every year. So, I'm used to just only talking to Deron
Except,
by December,
except for,
because you
except
already
for,
switched to basketball by Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So,
True talk.
guess what?
Facts.
Guess what? You need to get ready to start talking about who the
It's the
Rockets going to
truth.
hire as the coach, because come November's going to happen again with all the injuries you got. Because I don't know what you think you're going to even get back in the playoff race with the Cardinals and the Rams and the Seahawks playing like they playing. So you got a way harder division. You think that if, like you said, I think he did say the hardest division in football, and you think with all the injuries y'all
No,
got that
it's
y'all
a tough
finna get up in
division.
the race? Man,
It's a
please.
tough division.
okay, so first of all,
Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. The
oh,
49ers and the Trevor
No,
Lawrence sweepstakes.
they're not gonna be that bad. That's
They gonna get
Denver.
rid of porn star Jimmy for Trevor
That's the
Lawrence.
no. That's Denver. The Jets. They ain't gonna be that bad.
Hey, I don't know. Just
so the run co-sign is talking about true that, like the Cowboys has been a perennial playoff team, first of all. Second of all, if I'm not mistaken, my team over this last 10 years has been to 4 NFC championship games and 2 Super Bowls. Have y'all teams done that?
did he
Well,
just
what he was talking about. Let's
yeah, did he just
Okay.
say
hold on, hold on,
Cowboys?
hold on, hold
Okay.
on. Let me
Okay.
respond. Let me
Oh,
respond. Let me
oh,
respond.
okay. So my thing is, like, I don't know how you two dudes who roots for teams that don't go to the playoffs, and if they do, they get bounced in the first round.
Whoa.
You
Don't
know
say that about my squad. You can't say that.
how,
We want to bring up 10 years.
and how
We only
I'm
missed
looking.
two times in 10 years we didn't make the playoffs. So
Yeah,
you
but
can't talk
if
about my squad making the
you
playoffs.
Here
get
we go,
bounced in the
man.
first round, I just said when you do make the playoffs, you get bounced in the first round, and your team in particular gets blown out every time you win the playoffs. I mean, every time y'all ain't lose, y'all
Man,
ain't lost a playoff game within one score in
last
the
10
last.
had more top 15 draft picks than me and Deron probably had combined in the last 10 years. So yeah, you might go to the NFC Championship twice or 3 times, but the rest of the years you sucked.
With two different coaches and two different GMs. I mean,
So you still
but
I'm
suck.
I'm
I mean,
just
goddamn.
like I don't understand how y'all got the same coaches, the same GMs, build up your team over all these years, and y'all can't do what we done done with two different coaches and two different GMs in the toughest division in football.
No,
Like,
what y'all done was
go ahead. Hold on.
both.
It can't just be me and you. I want Deron to come in because he said he wants to respond. Go ahead, my brother.
no. I was just saying what he's saying is facts. Usually about 2 more weeks from now, you already doing a draft before you had a show. You were doing a draft show with us and schooling us on who y'all gonna be drafting and talking
Cool
about
it down.
basketball.
Yeah, you right. Go ahead.
Talking about basketball. So what he's saying is it's facts. It's just facts. You that's the way it's been for some years, and you lucked up and had a good year last year. Respect for your squad. I won't say nothing about the squad, but what the man was speaking was facts, and the people need to know how you usually are. You know what I'm saying? That's it. No shots,
Look,
just
Yeah,
facts.
if you
yeah.
want to speak, if you want to call me Casper for disappearing last night, you gonna be Casper come November.
But let's go, man. Let's go, y'all. Y'all, let's go. Y'all
Yeah,
having these
well, I
petty
mean,
arguments.
yeah, we gonna go ahead. We gonna talk about Doc. But again, my team has had far more success than y'all teams. So I mean, if that's the case, then y'all right along with me, looking forward to the drafts because it's not like y'all have anything else to look forward to. Even if you is a playoff team,
Man,
we know that.
yeah,
Especially Cowboy fans, you know y'all ain't gonna do nothing when y'all get to the playoffs.
No, that's
Just
hate.
like
That's just
the
hate.
rest of the world. Same thing with Texans fans. Y'all know y'all gonna get blown out as soon as y'all get in the dance. So y'all be looking forward to the draft just like me, if that's. But okay,
Let's go,
let's
man.
talk about
Let's
Doc
go,
Rivers.
man.
Talk about Doc Rivers getting. Don't touch it. It's all right. Let's
it's a
talk about
wrap.
Doc Rivers getting fired, man. What's y'all thoughts on that? I didn't expect it. I think unless they got something planned, they know exactly who they want and got it lined up. I don't think it was a good idea to overreact to the first year of him having that team as it's constructed to fire him, even though they choked. But I thought it was an overreaction. So what's y'all thoughts?
Can I chime in real quick, Deron?
Yeah, good, though.
Out of just quick curiosity, Antoine. So you can go first when we talking about certain topics, but you can't go first when we picking teams.
Don't start with him, man. Don't start with him, dog.
All right, but anyway,
Facts.
my take on Doc Rivers. I said it on one of our shows after the playoffs that I feel like the Clippers should.
I think he went out. You
That's,
know.
that's what you get coming out there trying to crack jokes.
Big belt, man. Kicking
Go
What?
ahead. Nah.
Kick you out. That ain't got something to do.
second time. Anyway, man, I just kind of figured, man, after that, um, that owner, money he invested, players they ain't got over there, someone had to be the scapegoat. And, you know, for him to lose a 3-1 lead this year when all hopes and expectations from that team was to at least get to the conference finals and go 6 or 7 versus the Lakers. And some people had them picked to even win the whole thing. So, yeah, man, there's no excuses. And they need a change, need a culture change. And to me, if they pulled that move, they had to talk to Leonard and they had to talk to George. They had to kind of be okay this move. I don't think Doc Rivers is let go without Kawhi Leonard being cool with it?
I think it just shows the dysfunction of the Clippers organization. That's what they do, and it's spilling over. You can't become a great organization, overnight. And I think they are, but they're still making decisions like they're a bad organization. Like I said earlier, if they don't have a plan with somebody who's next, then it's a bad decision. And if you are going to your star players to make decisions, that's just not a good organization. You don't have leadership up top, and somebody up top should have stayed with it. The only way it's a good decision to me, if Doc came to them and said, "I don't want to do it." You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Well, I mostly agree with everything you said. The only thing I disagree with is about going to your superstars. I mean, because it is basketball is a players' league. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the players, and so you don't want um, to make that type of decision without going to your superstars and saying, "Say, this is what we thinking." You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about it? That's not to say that you let them make the decision as far who gonna be the coach if you've actually fired them or not gonna fire them. But I do think as an organization that your best players, that you go to them and tell them what you thinking, and what you possibly trying to do. So that's the only part I disagree with you on. Good. All right, man. So we can go and jump on football tonight. Kansas City handled Baltimore, I think, pretty convincingly. Um, Look, I the first half, so I'm gonna let y'all really speak on it. I caught the second half of the game, and Baltimore rallied a little bit to try and make it competitive, and Kansas City was able to hold them off. But y'all can go on ahead and talk about the game and what y'all thoughts of Monday Night Football was.
Man, that Andy Reid is a genius coach, man. He took an aggressive defense and he slowed them down with screens, different screens. He had them on their toes all night. They could never play at full speed. The defense actually showed up. The only score that the Baltimore got was a kickoff return from my boy from Texas. But you know, hey, Andy Reid, he got this team acting like they didn't win no Super Bowl last year. You know what I'm saying? He got this team looking good. Even when they seemed like they got punched in the mouth with the Chargers, they still came back. They looking like the best team in football. I don't know if I said that about Seattle, but I said they one of the best football teams. But Kansas City, no doubt, you know what I'm saying, is top of the line.
Yeah, just from the parts of the game I seen, piggybacking what Deron said, Kansas City just clicking on all cylinders. They just seem like each game this season they getting better and better. Um, I mean, for the Ravens, I thought it would be a close game, and for them to dissect the Ravens defense the way they did, oh man, if they stay healthy, it's gonna be hard for teams to beat them for 4 quarters. You
Yeah.
know. And then what was shocking was the defense side of the ball. I mean, holding Lamar Jackson to 97 yards, and taking, they got speed at their wide receivers and limited their wide receivers and tight ends and run game. Kansas City didn't have a great defense last year, but to see this defense clicking like they are, man, that's scary. That's real scary.
So do y'all think that it was more about Kansas City dominating Baltimore, or that Baltimore just didn't have no answers, and so it's more of who was faced by Baltimore, early in the game that helped Kansas City jump out to the big league?
Well, it's Andy Reid knew what they were gonna do. Every time they blitzed, it was a nice screen. Every time they sat back, they'll hit them with something. They were just more prepared for them. You can see Baltimore had the 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 talent on defense, but the play calling, it was just out coached offensively to compared to defensively. On the other side of the field, it was bend but don't break and don't let no big plays happen. Lamar missed some throws, but it weren't bad throws. But they were just ready for this game, and you can tell when Baltimore settled down and settled in, you can see them coming back. You can see, okay, they might do something, but once that offense got back on the field and they got a couple of stops, there was nothing they could do to stop them. And even the commentator was saying, okay, they need to be up on them. Okay, y'all got on us. We figured that out. Okay, now we're gonna hit you with this. Okay, they first came out. I'm scared of your deep ball. We just gonna take what you give us. Take what you give us. And third downs, oh y'all blitzing. I'm about to throw this fullback lined up in the tight end screen as Tyreek goes out in the backfield and everybody follow him. It was just great play calling. It's crazy to watch Andy Reid playing the game like a young man's game and doing it better than these young guys doing it. I sat there and looked there and watched it, and I was like, man, why can't my young offensive coordinator do something that's just that they win by coaching? Now we don't win by just because of talent. That the coaching is winning us, and Kansas City got talent. So it's crazy what they showing, what they doing with the talent, and what they showing coaching wise. It's a beauty to see on offense. It really is.
I'm not gonna give it to Andy. I'm gonna give it to that offensive coordinator. I can't think
Could be.
Yeah, that boy is calling, like Deron said, the game he called on the offensive side of the ball was brilliant. But the defensive side of the ball was dominating as well. So that's why I said it's more of what Kansas City is doing, not Baltimore. If Baltimore was just having an off night, like Deron said, for his coaching, you will see some guys wide open and maybe Lamar misses a pass here and there, or some penalties, stuff like that. But on even just watching the game being dissected right now on ESPN, Kansas City was everywhere. On every passing route, every offensive play, their defensive players were there. Like they knew what play was coming. Jones and Clark constantly in the backfield causing havoc. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was just dominating on both sides of the field for Kansas City. They was better prepared. The coaching, they was ahead of the Ravens. They was better. Their coaches did a better job than Baltimore's.
Yeah. So just off of what I know of Greg Roman, I feel like he's somewhat of a limited offensive coordinator. I mean, remember we had him when Cap was in San Fran. But and I got into a lot of arguments last year about Lamar Jackson. 97 yards passing with a net of 70 yards because he got sacked 4 times. It you can't have that, especially when he rushes for 83 yards. As a team, they rush for 158. That's a 7.5 yard per carry average. So with that type of running, your play action, your passes should have been, wide open for your receivers. But he wasn't. It seems like statistically he wasn't able to get the ball to his pass catchers in this game. And I wonder if between Tennessee and now this game in Kansas City, if they've laid out a bona fide blueprint on how to slow down Baltimore and to beat the Ravens.
To me, the play action only works if your run game is established, but they didn't even establish the run game. The Kansas City took the run game completely away.
No,
And
I said they had 100. They had 158 yards rushing on 21 carries.
But you got to combine that with all of them. like really of it, most of it probably Lamar Jackson. The running backs didn't get them yards. Dobbins had 30, I think, and what's his name had
No,
another 30, right?
no, Dobbins only had 6 yards. He had one carry. Ingram had 7 carries for 30 yards at a 4.3 average. Edwards had 4 carries for 39 yards and 9.8 yard carry average. And Lamar Jackson had 9 carries for 83 yards. All total,
That's the
they
running.
averaged seven. I know they averaged 7.5 yards per carry in this game for 158 yards rushing. That is a great rushing game for a team. I
Yeah,
don't care how you get.
3 of it was from a quarterback, and he was probably the gashes of it. So you can't go off the average. If the other running backs was only giving you 30 and 40 yards, they ain't like you
I'm
gonna
saying,
right on the play action.
but listen. So between the running backs, all three running
Yeah,
backs, they had 12 carries. Nobody averaged less than 4.5 yards per carry.
yeah, but like you said, Gus, he had 39 yards, but his long was 24 yards. So other than that one run, I understand he did have a 9.8 average. Ingram probably could have got some more touches at a 4.3, but it's Lamar 9 for 83, averaging 9.2. That's pretty nice. He did have a longer 30, but yeah, I
Yeah,
can
but
see
the
both. I
second
can see both arguments.
the receivers wasn't. I mean, when you watch the game and what you like right now, watching on ESPN, they're showing the receivers were never open. Kansas City was on every route. They looked like they pretty much know everywhere they was trying to go. So I'm not going to put that on Lamar if he don't got no receivers wide open and they on top of every play. I mean, what can the quarterback do?
Well, he did miss one, especially that one that they could have went in and scored and made it 7 when he had Hollywood.
Yeah.
He beat him, and I'm like, man, he tried to throw
Yeah,
it with he should have put some air on it,
right.
but
And
he
he
won,
said it.
Chris.
He said that was my fault. He did
Yeah,
say,
yeah, he did. But even that, if you saw it earlier, there was a one play where he could have got it to the tight end off the play action, and it would have been a boom boom play, but he needed to put it on them a little bit more, and that would have kept that drive going in the first half before they gave the ball up, and then Kansas City went down and scored again and made it a two score game. So, they Baltimore has always been, and it's good defense and control. You know what I'm saying? And if they have that, you can't put Lamar's not the guy like Mahomes, and you just gonna keep throwing the ball after play after play after play. That's not how they built. And so when you get them behind, like Kansas City did, they not good playing behind. They are a good team to get ahead, run that football consistently through the running backs and Lamar, but they just not a team to get behind. And once they get behind, just like you said, just like how the Titans did them, they not as scary as they usually are. You got to jump on top of them.
So it's not a blueprint. But I said that last year too, that I wanted to see him because it was about him being MVP, and I said, look, he's having a great season, but I want to see him
Yeah,
when he's behind 2 scores. Can he
he
throw
can.
them back into the football game? Like if he can't do that, then he's still extremely limited as a quarterback. If they can play on their terms, where they can run the ball when they want to, throw the ball when they want to, throw the type of routes that they want to throw, then yes, they are a great team. But if you can get them out of their comfort zone of what they want to do offensively, then they're not as dangerous and they're not as scared.
yeah,
I
like,
feel that because I go ahead, Kev.
no, I was just going to say, like, I'm on ESPN right now. They said they had 30 yards of offense in the first half after the
Yeah,
first
first
drive.
half. Yeah,
So that's defense, man. You limited them to 30 yards after the first drive. You limit them to 30 yards the rest of the first half.
yeah. It's kind of eerie because you said it earlier, Ant, that they remind me of that San Francisco team because I used to be all on Kaepernick. That if you and y'all had a great defense, if you can get on top of them, I felt like you could beat them. and I feel the same thing with Baltimore. I think y'all are definitely more dangerous than they are, but it reminds me the same. Baltimore is predicated on playing good defense. That's what they are. That's what they're gonna be. And now they got this young boy back there taking advantage of it. But yeah, if you jump on top of them, it's hard seeing them coming back on anybody.
And I mean, that's Kansas City. They weren't gonna come back.
You're right. It's Kansas City. It's Kansas City.
They like 12 games in a row. They ain't won. They're on a 12-game winning streak.
Yep.
I mean, they did get back within 7. You know,
They
I
did.
been
They did.
so it was really a matter of their defense being able to come up with at least one stop after they got that touchdown, put them within 7. If you could have made them punt, or at the very least held them to a field goal, then you'll give yourself a chance. Oh, and by the way, Kaepernick was a better passer than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So Dre, let's go ahead and get your picks, man, for this week.
Well, since we're doing picks, let me go ahead and let everybody know what the records are. You know what I'm saying? Where we at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put it out
because the weeks just passed. Dre, you had your worst week without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? You ended up 7-8 for the week. Me and Me and Todd at 10-5. It leaves me on top with 36 wins, 11 losses. In second place, 31 wins and 15 losses. And Dre, you falling behind with 29 wins and 18 losses. Now, N has one less game, than us, because that San Francisco pick he never wanted to give us that first week, but that's where we at right now.
Yeah, I'm never picking the Atlanta Falcons for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that hurt both of us. That hurt both of us, man. That hurt both of us. He was the only one that picked the Bears.
I told y'all I was canceling Atlanta, mate. I was the only one. I was the only one in Kansas City tonight too.
Yeah, but I didn't think they was gonna switch quarterbacks on me. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have known Nick Foles was starting, in the beginning.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know what I'm saying? Me too. Yeah, me too.
Let's
go.
Right,
so the first game is Denver at the Jets.
Denver.
Hey, and do you remember what we picked? Because I'd like to go ahead and put that in. We all picked Denver.
Yeah, we all went with Denver. I remember some of them. I know the one game that I didn't pick last night was the Patriots game. Where is that at?
Yeah, and then there was one game I wanted to go back and look at and switch up. And you said I was following you.
New England, Kansas City. That's the game that I didn't pick last night. I said I was gonna pick tonight. All right, Dre. The next game, the Colts in Chicago.
Was that the game?
Yeah, Nick Foles is starting.
You picked Chicago, DeMond.
I'm gonna go with Indy on that one.
Yeah, I went with Indy too. All right, the next game is Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
Oh, I like what he had a good game again.
Jacksonville, Cincinnati. I picked Cincinnati on that. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati too.
That was my stipulation game, Deron.
Man, I watched that the other team. I gave Dre a win with these stipulations, man. Come on now. We need to make some picks. Dre won if Michael Thomas didn't play, and if he did and all that. Come on, man. We need to go ahead and just make some straight up picks. But go ahead. What was your stipulation? I think Ant froze up on us, man. He didn't kick himself out.
Last I remember, I was telling you about the stipulation for Jacksonville. If Chark plays, I'm going with Jacksonville. If not, then I'm going with Cincinnati. So the next game is Cleveland, Dallas.
Hold on. So the Chargers game. No. You said Jacksonville. Jacksonville and who?
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, I went Cincinnati. You went whatever your stipulation is. Who was your pick, Dre?
Jacksonville versus who?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. It was Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Okay, so Cleveland at Dallas.
It's Dallas.
Where they play at.
Man, stop. You already behind, boy. Don't put yourself. Stop playing.
Cleveland did look a little impressive. They look like you know what I'm saying? They did look a little impressive. And y'all secondary is suspect, and they do got wide receivers.
So you picking them too, man?
I already told you last night I'm picking Cleveland. I told you that last.
Okay, all right. I'll take it.
What they play at?
Dallas, bro. They play in Dallas.
Man, do Dallas every time do
Oh,
y'all
man.
even go, bro?
Man, you know, this has been going on for 10 years. Every
It's
hard
8
game,
games, man.
every tough game is gonna be in Dallas. The winnable games is on the road. Like that's how he do.
And they still don't do nothing with it.
We just went to Seattle. What y'all talking about, man? Stop.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll give you that one. You got your butts whooped, but
No, we didn't.
Yes,
you
you
know.
really you do. Really you do. Like you
All
down.
right, but yeah, just to keep it going, yeah, Cleveland. I got Cleveland in that one, man.
Okay. All right.
Okay, New Orleans and Detroit.
We did
Saints.
New Orleans. Yeah, we did New Orleans.
Pittsburgh at Tennessee.
You remember what I said for
undefeated
this
teams,
one?
huh? 2 undefeated teams. I think Pittsburgh wins that one.
What did I say, Ant?
You said Pittsburgh. You said Pittsburgh.
Man, I think I'm going Tennessee, man. I think that was the game I couldn't make up my mind, man. And I think you chose Tennessee, and you said I was trying to follow you, right?
You is. You heard about
argument
of why I was taking Tennessee, and that's why you decided to change your mind.
I'm going Tennessee, man.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Still want to follow behind Big Cousin, man.
Nah, AJ Brown.
I'm winning.
AJ Brown still hurt, and with no really go-to receivers, Pittsburgh defense gonna stop Henry and put some pressure on Ryan Tannehill. So
it's a good argument, man. It's a good argument.
Okay. Switch back, dog. It
I
ain't
see
too
how
late.
they struggle with Minnesota. How they struggle with Minnesota. Minnesota gave that game away. So yeah, Pittsburgh's a better team than Minnesota.
All right, Seattle at Miami.
Yeah,
Seattle at Miami. That's
Seattle. The Chargers at Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Baltimore at Washington. Football team.
We all did Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Arizona at Carolina.
Yeah, that's the one we was talking about before you came on. You said Carolina?
I said Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Y'all heard me, America? Arizona. I gotta go back and I gotta go do my record. I'm gonna make sure y'all ain't cheating.
New York. The New York Giants at the Rams.
You did Arizona too, right? Because I got you down Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Rams.
Oh yeah, Rams.
New England at Kansas City.
I already told you last night.
Man, after seeing this tonight, I don't see the Patriots stopping that bus.
That recency bias kind of gets you, man. Because today I say, man, I'm ready to make my pick. I was gonna go with the Patriots. I think I'm gonna go with Kansas City, man.
Yeah, you ain't doing that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with them Chiefs, man.
Buffalo at Las Vegas.
Buffalo looking real. That Josh Allen look like an MVP, man.
Atlanta and Green.
Huh?
Atlanta and Green Bay.
Atlanta and Green Bay.
You said Buffalo.
I'm never picking Atlanta for the rest of the season. Let's go ahead and put an L on them for me. So I'm going Green Bay in that. I can't believe them.
Hold on. And what were you, Buffalo and Raiders?
I went Buffalo. You went the Raiders.
Yeah.
Philly at San Fran.
San Fran.
What?
Don't put down San Fran for him. Philadelphia, San Fran.
No, I'm finna put all these injuries in Philly's due. Yeah, Philly win that one.
Okay, and last but not least, Minnesota and Houston.
Oh yeah, we do. It's Minnesota. They
I did
don't look.
say Houston. I remember that one. I did say Houston.
Minnesota don't look. What I saw what Tennessee did
I
without
went
AJ. Huh?
I'm telling Deron, I went with Minnesota.
Yeah, seeing
Yeah, I remember.
Minnesota this week, I watched that game with Tennessee. They're not looking that impressive like I thought they would, and that defense is not scary. And seeing Tennessee with no AJ Brown do what they did, yeah, I got Houston. We ain't gonna lose 4 in a row.
Well, I got y'all losing 4 in a row because y'all can't
glad
stop Dalvin Cook. Y'all can't stop Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
And Kirk Cousins just gonna have to make a couple of throws to Thielen. Thielen gonna eat
problem. That's not Ben Roethlisberger. That's not Lamar Jackson, and that's not Patrick Mahomes. So
Yeah,
we want Cousins to throw. We'll put everybody in the box. We're gonna put everybody in the box to stop Cooks because we're not worried about Cousins killing us. So
okay.
And we might have a brand new safety and we have Conley coming back at corner, but we might have a new addition at safety. You know.
Well, it's saying on ESPN that he's expected to sign with y'all.
Yeah. So we might have a new safety next to Justin Reed, and we got our number 1 cornerback.
Deron, don't look so heartbroken, man.
I told him again he was gonna come back to Texas, baby, and we're the closest to Beaumont and Orange. You know, he had to come home.
He signs for cheap. I'm gonna lose my mind because he wanted to come to Dallas. I swear, if y'all give him a nice little contract, then I ain't gonna be mad. But if y'all give him something, I know it's gonna be more than veteran million, but a couple $1 million just for this year, I'm gonna flip out. I'm gonna act a fool on this thing, man. I'm gonna talk about my boys like no other. You know
For entertainment
purposes. And I'm sorry, all Cowboy fans. Earl Thomas should be here if it's for cheap, without a doubt. And that's just arrogance on my organization part that I don't get. The man been asking to come here for 3 years, begging to come here, and we don't take advantage of somebody want to come in, even just to see him, just to see what you got. Let me see if you got anything. And it's not guaranteed anyway because it's past week 3. Man, come on, man. So,
for entertainment purposes, I want him to sign just for $3 or $4 million, then just to see Deron go off on the show. We got to have a special edition once the news breaks. Breaking news.
Go on, somewhere, man.
You got to go on live right when the news is broke and go straight. We need that fresh energy, that fresh reaction.
No, because it goes on YouTube. I don't want his kids to see their dad and be like, "Oh, this daddy video," and he going ham. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to let it kind of, the heat go down a little bit where he can, use his words properly.
Well, Ed, you got to edit. You can edit. You can put some beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, that's just too much work. It already take long enough to edit the videos as it is. And then with my technical difficulties tonight, I'm going to be up extra long editing this video. I ain't editing out nobody cuss words. I'm sorry. I ain't going to be able to do it.
This is my last thing since we ain't talking about nothing right now. I just want to say this. My Dallas Stars showed some heart tonight. They lost. And
see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. I told your punk ass don't bring up no god doggone hockey on this channel, man. We ain't talking hockey. I don't care if it's the Dallas Stars, the Dallas Moons, or the Dallas Galaxies. I don't care who they is. Thank y'all for coming in, checking us out. Tell your friends about me.
Who's the man and who's the G? L to the K to the E to the E to the E. That's hard.